Hello, wonderful people. Welcome to another amazing episode on Story Unboxed, where we share people's day to day, people's realities, stories that are shocking, interesting, stories that are wild, stories that will wow you. And I'm your host, Gloria King. With me here is my gorgeous, beautiful co host.
Damisola.
And today we have three stories to share with you people. But before then, let's go on a short break. Welcome back. If you're not following, remember to follow us on all social media platforms from Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Hit the subscribe button and also turn on your notification on Light Africa TV. Misola, over to you.
Thank you. How are you doing?
I am good.
How has your weekend been?
It was good.
That's I really. Okay, now getting into the story right away. So we have two stories today, and I'm sure you're excited to listen. And we listen, we don't judge, right? Okay, now here's the first story. I'm Remy, I'm 52 and I live in Lagos, okay? I deal in textiles, which is actually something of a family tradition. My mother was in the industry before me. It is a business I have built in my independent era and I am proud of it. Beyond work, I am a mother of three and someone who has learned later than I would ever like that choosing myself is not selfish, it is necessary. Okay, this is like introduction. Okay, we get to know you. I think this is where the story began actually. I only had my parents married to use as an example of what a perfect marriage looks like. So I imagined that my husband would be like my father. Someone who worships the ground I walk on and who loves me wholeheartedly. And that my marriage would be blissful and free of complications. My father genuinely adored my mother, and that is all I knew of what a husband is supposed to be. So naturally, that was what I expected for myself. It seems there's a twist. I met him through a friend. Okay, now. I met him through a friend. Let's call her Stella. At the time, she was dating his friend, and the day they introduced us, I kept staring at him because I have never seen someone as handsome and as confident as him. That's a catch. When we started talking, I realized it was someone I could see myself having all my kids with. I was excited. It was exciting. He was charming and attentive, the way men are when they are trying to win you over, and I was completely taken. Looking back now, I can see things I missed and chose not to see. But in my time, when you are in love and someone looks at you that way, he looked at me then, you are not exactly looking for red flags. You are just happy, and I was happy. Okay. So talking about how long they dated, so said we dated for about 2 years before he proposed, and it was not an elaborate thing. He was not that kind of man, but he was sincere. He was sincere about it, and at that time, sincerely, that was enough for me. We were at home, just the two of us, and he told me he wanted me to be his wife. Your proposal is so intimate, like just the two of you. Wow. I said yes immediately because I genuinely wanted to. I loved him and I could see my life with him clearly in that moment.
Love a girl.
God, when? But even as I said yes, there was something sitting at the back of my mind. A few months before he proposed, I had met his eldest brother for the first time at a family gathering. Okay. I do not even remember what the occasion was, but I remember that man's face, the way he looked at me, I barely could acknowledge that he knew me. At some point during that visit, he made a comment, not directly to me, but loud enough that I could hear. Something about his older brother making decisions something about his younger brother making decisions without thinking them through. It was not hard to understand what he meant. That was the decision he was referring to. Oops. Wow. I smiled and said nothing because I did not want to cause problems, but I filed it away. Quite dreadful. If I am being honest, by the time the wedding came around, I had enough interactions with the eldest brother to know what the shadow I had felt at the proposal was not going anywhere. I think now you've seen that you need to go through a lot, but you still went ahead.
You see signs, but you choose to ignore.
Okay. It was cold throughout the entire occasion. Not rude in any way that anyone could point to, but the kind of cold that you feel in your body when you are the only one that it is directed at. He did not congratulate me. He barely spoke to me. Wow. At one point, I caught him watching me from across the room with an expression I can only describe as contempt and eyes met. Then he looked away. I told my husband how I felt, and he told me I was seeing things. Hello? Seeing things, ke? You are seeing things actually, but it seems you overlook things. I was only overthinking it. That was what his brother told me. But I knew what I had felt, and I knew what I had seen. I was scared, not in a dramatic way, but in the quiet way you are scared when you see something difficult ahead of you, and nobody around you will acknowledge it is there. I pushed the feeling down and got married anyway, because what else was I going to do? I loved him. I chose to believe it would be fine, but it was not always fine. Yes, it was not just the eldest brother. Most of my husband's siblings were awful to me because they felt I was trapping him. It was their holy breadwinner at the time, so I resented for it, as though my marrying him was some kind of scheme. Only the younger ones liked me, the older ones detested my guts. Hey, wait, God. The older ones detested my gut, and it created a tension in my marriage that never fully went away, because he was always navigating between being a husband and being loyal to his siblings who did not particularly care for his wife. Then they asked the question, how long were you married for? And she said 25 years.
25 years, she was enjoying all those things.
And you remember she was 52.
Yeah.
25 and 52. A whole lot is really happening in marriages. Moving on, the early years were 50-50. Okay, there were good days, genuinely good ones, but there were also moments that made me stop and ask myself if I had made the right decision. He had a way of saying things, cutting things that would sit with me for days. He would berate me in front of my family, in front of my friends, in front of my people, and it did not matter who was watching. It would tell me I could not amount to anything. At that time, I was relying mostly on my parents' money because I was not in the job market, and for some reason, it would call me useless.
That's harsh.
Useless, auntie. It would call me useless for that, as though I had lied about who I was before being married. He knew exactly what my situation was, and he still used it against me at every opportunity. The financial side was its own separate cruelty. There were times he would not give him money for food, but right in front of me, he would give his brothers any amount he asked for without blinking.
Serve him empty plates. That's the food now. You should eat the plate like that.
No, like he would not give her any money. So that means he was feeding himself, and he cared less about her. And he would rightly give his siblings, his younger siblings, money in front of her without even blinking, without considering whether she has eaten or not.
Oh, she can't do anything.
She really endured. For a couple of years in that marriage, I had to rely on my parents to feed my children and me. He never denied our children their education, so he will give them that, but he would constantly expect me to produce money from nowhere to carry the house, while simultaneously making me feel worthless for not having anything. I kept hoping the good days would become the majority, but that would find our rhythm and set into something more stable. That never really happened. The difficult days were always there, but waiting. So this is the story of a woman that got divorced, and she said her divorce, the day her husband filed for divorce, was like the happiest day of her life.
First of all, I don't even like the title. So 25 whole years you enjoyed those kind of things, and you still sat down in the house, sat down in the marriage without leaving. You endured. So if the husband didn't like divorce her, she would still remain there. Enjoying all those family.
So she enjoyed with her children, and there's no way you tell me you love me and you get into a marriage with me and all of a sudden you change. I don't think it even changed. I think the signs has always been there, but she felt like it was an oversight to her. But
Overthinker.
clearly, it was glaring, like the red banner, the red color, the background, the red backdrop, everything was red, like all round, and you
Yeah.
ignored. Wow.
You see signs, you dey ignore am. You go
And what
see
did they say
wonders
about
now.
people who and they say wonders shall never end. So
Ehen.
I think it ended after 25 years of her marriage.
She did not
And
end it. That's the one that is paining me.
it was her husband that. So wait, the question is, why did he have to wait that long before filing for divorce?
I think maybe she wants to do this family old setting. You know, our parents, no matter the old thing that was happening in their household, they'll be like, no, let's stay. Don't leave the children. I think that's what
Not
she
this
was trying to
generation,
create.
no. I really love the way we all stand up to ourselves, like, and
Honestly.
against anything that comes our way, because anything that does not bring peace just count us out, like.
Imagine leaving your parents'
And I don't
house,
think
getting
that marriage experienced peace from day one. Not even courtship. During courtship, she did not experience that. You know, I feel like there are some people that are always excited about getting into a relationship with like their perfect person, and you know, although there's no perfect person anyway, you can wholly tend to make it perfect for yourself. So, but you know, trying all those bubbles, all those butterflies in her tummy, and all of those things just went down the drain just like that. And I feel the family members could have helped if
The lady's family member or
the guy's family members, because she said that when it was just about the day he proposed to her, actually, there was this kind of look on
From the
his
elder
eldest
brother.
brother's face,
Yeah.
and it's kind of signaled that you are not meant to be here.
Mhm.
So you saw the signs and still staying back. I think she was just hoping that things would get better. And since you notice the first year, the second year, the 5th, 7th, 10th, 15th, 20th, the 25th year, you still did not leave. Rather, your husband filed for divorce. So
You don't even
it's
need
a whole
to wait
lot.
for years. How many children? Did she mention how many children?
I think 3
Three
children.
children. You gave birth to the first one. You're supposed to be seeing the big red banner already and just carry your first one and leave. Now she has 3 children. I don't think she'll be thinking of another marriage again, because now it's 3 and she's already 52.
I think well, we can't say. If she would like to remarry, she can still get a good man.
True. But I think the part that even annoyed me the most is you leaving your family members, your mother, your daddy. You're supposed to take care of these people, and they are still taking care of you with your 3 children. That's the part I hate most.
And you know, she said her parents supported her, you know, and the fact that her mother, like her family members, her mother and her father really helped her, that means they knew the situation, like they were fully aware, but they still did not do anything to it. And it kind of baffles me, like sometimes parents should step in. I'm not saying you should interfere in your children's marriages, because once they are matured enough to like take that marital decision, they are left to be alone and, you know, enjoy their marriage and all of that. But at the same time, if you notice anything is going wrong, maybe in your child, if your child is like the woman or the husband, you know, you have every right to like ask questions. And if you actually ask questions and you were provided with answers, I feel the next thing for you to do is to take those steps that would make them feel much better in their marriage. You know, there's counseling.
But let's look at this other opportunity. What if the parents told her leave the marriage and she's like, no, I want to give birth to
No, I'm
one
not
place.
sure, because looking at the situation, I'm not. We can't tell for say, because if truly the parents stepped in and told her to leave, I'm not sure they'll still be willing. Like the African parents that I know, they will not still be willing to continue to help her provide for her children and herself. You know,
Some parents have this thing.
most
of
parents will
belief.
tell you that if you don't go, I'm not going to like help you with anything. So it's better for you to just leave and, you know, gain your peace and your freedom and continue your life. Life
Parents
is
are
sweet.
different though. There are some parents that will still tell you leave and you still stayed, but they don't have a choice. You're still my child. They will continue supporting because they don't want.
In
to
this kind of
carry
situation,
costs.
you are not to make that kind of decision actually, because your mental health is at stake. And anything marriage has to do with like your physical being, your mental health. I think your mental health physically, because how will you be in a marriage? How will you enjoy a marriage of 25 years, and you just kept on hoping things will get better, and
Well,
wow.
I will not blame her. She said
Nobody is to be
our
blamed,
marriage,
actually.
our parents' marriage was perfect. So I
Yeah,
believe
so
she wanted,
she
yeah.
envisioned her husband to be like the man that would,
Exactly.
worship the ground
So
for
since my
her.
mother
And
did not leave,
since
why
you
am I
saw the
leaving?
signs that it was directly opposite of what you imagined in your
Yeah.
head, you could have just. A broken relationship is very much better than a broken marriage, and people trying to like endure marriages, they end up being killed, they end up dying,
Yeah.
they end up doing stuff that they really did not think of doing, because at that point you just want to leave. And I've heard situations whereby the woman was actually just about to leave, and the man told her that she was going nowhere and ended up killing her. We've had stories of different people. If you have to mention names now, we have so many in the
Oh, yes.
industries, like entertainment industry, gospel artists being killed
Yeah.
because of domestic violence, and all of this. I'm sure for her to endure the emotional trauma, there are other things she would have endured too. It's not giving her
Yeah.
money, that's financial instability. You are not helping her to progress in any form, and that means if you are not contributing anything to her life, you are draining her. You're not contributing, you're taking away from her. So that kind of woman she needs a whole lot of community to help. Like, people should surround her with love, pamper her. Your family is not helping her, so why not just allow her go back to her own family?
True.
Do you get? I feel like what you will not accept, you should not give it out, because majority of what people dish out, they can't take.
True.
That's the truth. You can't take. Even I'm sure our own our brother-in-law, the eldest brother-in-law, actually, if he's married, obviously will be married, and we don't know whether he's married or
I
not.
don't
But
think-
if
I
truly
don't think so.
is the eldest brother and is married, he would not want anybody to treat his own wife like that. Although he might treat his own wife like that, but he would not allow another person, another party, to treat his wife like that, because he feel like, she's my wife,
Yeah.
I married her, so I have every opportunity to like communicate with her whichever way I want to, which is not right, actually. I feel like both imperfect people should come together to reach a common ground. We are not perfect, we can only try to be. This is a whole lot.
The husband fault is my family comes first.
Yes.
Even the immediate family. You
I
don't
think
know once you get married.
Why
this is
would
your
you still
family.
place your own first family as your
Exactly.
priority
That's
over
where
the
old
family
issue
you are
started.
building?
That's the thing.
And the fact that he would
Mentality.
provide for his younger siblings without blinking, and you leave your wife to suffer, you leave your wife to like go days without being fed and all of that, and you'll be happy. You call yourself a man. Uncle, you are not a man.
You would say he's doing the primary objectives now, like taking care of the children, sending them to school. Because she said, of course, he was taking care of the children by sending them to school.
You are taking care of the children. How about your wife?
People and different mentality. Oh, she's not my full responsibility. Now you're calling her.
And you
useless,
hear
she's
some men
not
saying
doing
that
anything.
a woman is trying to like get into marriage because marriage is now poverty alleviation scheme. Hope all of you are watching. I'm not judging anybody, but hope you are still watching.
And to the women too, they should try and do something. Don't just because your husband said be full housewife. One day he's gonna get tired of it. You're not doing anything.
I think
you're
financial
just
freedom
eating
should be
the money.
everything a woman should
Yes.
strive for, because
That's the thing.
there's a joy that comes with you having your own money. And sometimes I think some people say this thing, and I can really relate to it. Sometimes if you are very like if you are very stable, and you know
Yeah.
that you have a particular amount, you just be like happy. And that time they said someone said that even if you are hungry at that moment and you look at your bank account, you will not be hungry again because that hunger will vanish. And being a woman comes with a whole lot of responsibility. Being a man also comes with a whole lot of responsibility. So if you are getting married, man up. If you are getting married as a woman, to be ready to like go that route with your spouse. Don't feel like you are trying to persevere your marriage, you are enduring, because you have all the gifts you want. So you feel like this marriage must work by fire by force. If it does not work, and see, and you've envisioned it right from onset, it's better for you to just leave it as a broken relationship, because proceeding into marriage is something that will break you at the end of the day. Moving on to the next. Wow.
Second story.
Okay.
This lady and her husband had been married for 4 years with no children and were trying to conceive. So she was recommended to a hospital to run a fertility test with her husband.
Okay.
When the result came out, she discovered he was sterile and couldn't get a woman pregnant.
Wow.
She didn't know what decision to make at that point, whether to leave or stay with him. Neither did she confront him directly. So she decided to create a fake result showing she was barren.
Wait, a fake what?
Result that she was barren.
Some women are master planners. Okay, let's wait for the end.
Giving it to him in front of his mother. Days later, he became cruel, insulting her, cheating, and bringing other women home.
Wow.
While his mother pressured her to leave. After 3 months of this, she called his family and revealed the truth, also thanking them for giving her a decision. Initially, they didn't believe her, but they later confirmed the results at the hospital. By then, she had already packed and left. Now, they are begging her to help him in this difficult time, and she doesn't know what to do, if she should go back or not.
She has packed.
Yeah, she has packed.
And see, you know the way to your house, right? Just keep going.
She's there already now.
Just keep going. Don't even no, don't even try it. Just stay back. Come back to where? That's like a toxic family, actually.
Very, very. Nigerian Nollywood.
Anything that comes with childbearing in marriage, like, do you notice that the pressure comes from the in-laws? There's this motion that most marriages are being broken because of the in-laws pressure, and I totally agree. The first problem every marriage encounters is the in-laws, mother-in-law, father-in-law, brother-in-law, whichever in-law. Like, they are always the one trying to interfere in marriages. Why?
Yeah, they already. When you go born pikin, give us now.
You don't marry for like a year now. We never see anything. You sure say you do okay? Hello. I'm sure before they got married, they've gone for medical tests. Probably they did not.
I don't think they did. Or they did.
Or could it be lied?
You
could actually lie about it,
Oh, that one. No, I think you're supposed to go with your partner to the hospital to check those
What
things.
if there's an arrangement? I'm not saying this should be encouraged though, but there are stories though, like different stories.
True.
We've heard of stories that the guy faked his what is it called, this test result, just to prove, because he was I think, was he SS? Yes, there was a particular story one time that he was SS, and he was looking LD and all of that, but because that was his own hospital, he talked to the doctor to just do the manipulation of the test and everything, and it came out that it was AS and the other lady too was AS. So they ended up, I think, no, the other lady, yes, I think he lied, it was SS, he lied it was AS.
Yes.
And because of the fact that there's a world full of different things that you can do in technology advancement, and they said that okay, they can maneuver it with testing the fetus before giving birth to the baby and all of that, to check the baby's genotype and everything. So they went ahead with the hope that the baby would not be SS, and their first child was SS. I feel that was glaring actually, because you still went ahead.
I wanted to say maybe,
I think that story was it was SS, but he lied that it was AA rather. AS are not supposed to be married. Yes, I think that was what he said. So he forged the results. And see, let's leave love aside and talk about our character.
I don't think the man is aware that he could not give birth or get a woman pregnant. If not, if the wife,
his families are not even aware that he was infertile, and if they were aware, his mother would not, because the first person that brings their step forward, their first foot forward, is usually the mother-in-law. She's always the one trying to seek the husband's consent on should I bring another lady for you from the village, I can get you another person, this one, that one. No, his mother, I'm sure, for his mom to come back to beg her, there are some things that would have gone underneath that will not be disclosed. You know, she actually must have thought, this is an assumption, we are not saying it was like this.
Yeah.
She actually must have thought that since the results came out that she was barren, that her son would be very fertile and he could get anyone pregnant. So she would have encouraged him in that situation to go ahead with whichever person that can, like, he can impregnate and, you know, have a baby and all of that. So
But the fact that it's just 3 months, you could not
3
even
months.
tell your wife and say, "Oh, we'll do
3
this
months.
thing
I feel
together."
like, wait,
Yeah, just
3 months into the marriage.
No, 3 months after he found out the wife was barren, and he started
I mean, yes, the results, you know,
At least pretend for a year.
not even pretend. If truly you loved her, you would stand by her to, you know,
What do you want me to say again?
solve the problem. I feel like a whole lot is really happening in
At
marriages,
least
you know.
pretend. Which one is you're thinking you should go back? Go back what? Oh, girl, you're supposed to move on sharp and start looking for another man to get married to.
Don't go back, oh. You definitely get a good man that would love you,
yes.
and will be very willing to do life with you, and, you know.
The mother that insulted you should go to the village and go and pick another lady.
After finding
Go
out,
and
do you know the
adopt.
disgrace that will come with it, that her son is, he does not, he
Since
cannot,
she's
he cannot
looking for somebody,
reproduce.
you know. And she's already saying, come and enjoy with my son now.
No,
She
she
can't
did
bring
not,
her village
she did
people.
not enjoy anything. So see, as a woman, women are going through a lot.
Honestly.
Like, you are the one that will experience childbirth pain, you are the one that will experience postpartum, you are the one that will experience the first bash on infidelity.
Yeah.
You know, you are the one that will first of all experience the one that, the first one is usually conceiving. If you are not pregnant in the first years of your marriage, the woman is at fault. You know, a whole lot. Must everything be on the women?
If the child is ugly, it's still your fault.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking on care,
Do you know that if the child resembles the guy too much, the family members can say that, are you sure this child is this?
Yeah.
Maybe we should run a DNA. Why? And as a woman, you should support women. I don't know.
No, their son comes first.
No, there's some
Don't
concern.
care.
She should hold on to her son now.
Imagine
should
somebody's daughter. She says she's barren. You could not even like bear.
I
up
feel
to
the best you could have done at that moment is to provide solution. Okay, step in, medical advices, you know, consultations, go for medical consultations. How can we help? What can we do in this situation, you know, to make you conceive, and, you know, rally around her with love and care, pamper her, let her feel that marital peace.
There's some others that will even start giving you helps too. They don't care whether you're their daughter
Like-
or not. To start giving you helps to help. But well, it is what it is.
Yeah, if you stay right to this moment to watch Story Unboxed, you had the real MVP. And thank you all for staying with us on Light Africa Podcast Television, your number one favorite TV on the internet. So I am your co-host today, Damisola, and with me here is my beautiful, energetic, fantastic, intelligent co-host,
Gloria King.
If you've not subscribed to Light Africa Podcast Television, please click the right button and subscribe, and follow us on all social media platforms at Light Africa TV on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, you know, everywhere. And we'll remain your hosts on Stories Unboxed, and see you next episode. Bye.